Chosen one, lock your attention on this message right now. That feeling you have been carrying, the one that whispers you are running out of time, silence it for the next few minutes. The angels are not signaling you by accident today. They are not sending this moment to you because everything is fine. They are pressing urgency into your spirit right now for one reason and one reason only. What is being restored in your life cannot wait another season. It all shifts in the next 24 hours. The depletion, the drain, the feeling that something vital has been slowly leaving your body and your spirit. But hear this clearly, it is not ending because time finally took its toll. It is ending because of what you have endured and refused to surrender. Think back to that moment this week when you looked in the mirror and felt something you could not name. Not just tired, not just worn, something deeper. Like the version of you that once burned with fire had been quietly replaced by someone just trying to survive the day. You did not know it in that moment, but that recognition was not defeat. That was your spirit marking the exact location where the restoration begins. You did not find this recording by accident. The algorithm did not bring you here. Heaven did. This is a divine appointment written before the foundations of the earth were laid, and you are standing at the threshold of it right now. Stay until the final second of this message, because in the next few minutes, I am going to hand you the angelic decree that cancels every assignment of premature aging against your life, spiritual, physical, and emotional. I am going to walk you through the moment you unknowingly activated the signal that called the angels into your situation. And at the end, I am going to give you the declaration that seals this restoration and locks the door on everything that has been draining you. Do not click away. Your future self, the restored version, the one who remembers what it felt like to be fully alive, is begging you to stay. Because if you leave now, you leave before the verdict is read over your life. I know what the last 72 hours have felt like. The atmosphere around you has not just been quiet. It has been heavy in a way that is difficult to explain to anyone who has not felt it. Like something is pressing down from the outside, while something is fading from the inside. Maybe you woke up at 3 inches the morning this week and lay there in the dark, staring at the ceiling, doing the math on your life, counting the years, measuring the distance between who you are and who you were supposed to be by now. Or maybe it was a different moment. Perhaps you were sitting alone this week, going through old photographs, and something in your chest tightened when you saw the version of you from years ago. The light in your eyes, the straightness in your posture, the certainty on your face. And you felt the gap between that person and the one holding the photograph. You feel suspended, like something essential has been quietly leaving you, and no one else can see it happening. And in that suspension, the enemy has begun whispering a very specific lie. Listen to your own thoughts right now, and you will hear it. He is telling you that what you are feeling is simply the natural order. That time has done what time does. That the fire you once carried was a young person's fire, and it belongs to a younger version of you that no longer exists. He is replaying every moment you chose, rest over pursuit, every year that passed without the breakthrough you were promised, every prayer that seemed to dissolve into silence. And he is telling you that those moments are evidence. Evidence that the window has closed. Evidence that restoration is for other people. Evidence that you have simply been forgotten. But I need you to hear what the scripture actually says about this moment. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." Listen to that promise. Renew their strength, not remember their strength, not mourn their strength, renew it. The word used there is a word of active restoration, a covenant transaction between heaven and the one who has not let go. And you have not let go. Even in the exhaustion, even in the silence, Even in the moments you barely held on, you held on. That was not weakness. That was the posture that activates angelic assignment. The heaviness you feel right now is not the weight of what has been lost. It is the weight of what is about to be returned. It is the pressure of restoration pressing against the surface of your life, right before the breakthrough. You think the weariness you have been carrying means the fire is gone. You think the exhaustion in your bones means youth has left and taken its gifts with it. But let me reframe your reality right now. The angels do not signal the finished. They signal the chosen who are standing at the edge of what God promised them before the world began. And they are signaling you today. This is not an ending. This is a renewal decree being read over your life right now. Hit the like button if you feel this message reached you at the exact moment it was supposed to. Drop a comment below and tell me, what is one area of your life where you know the fire used to burn brighter, and you have been quietly asking God to restore it? What you just felt wasn't coincidence. That stirring in your chest, that pull towards something you can't fully name, that's the signal. And it has been sent specifically for you in this exact moment, because heaven has something to say about your body, your vitality, and the years you thought were slipping away from you. Some messages don't just inform, they activate. If something stirred deep in your spirit just now, you may be ready to receive the Chosen One's blueprint. This sacred guide reveals the 8 divine patterns behind your calling, your suffering, and your destiny. It also comes with the full audiobook, so you can absorb it during prayer, rest, or quiet moments with God. And for those called to speak His truth, you'll also receive Activating Your Prophet Mantle, a powerful bonus ebook for those carrying a prophetic assignment. The link is in the first pinned comment, but only for a limited time. Now let me show you what's really happening beneath the surface, because most people have been taught to think of aging as an enemy, an unavoidable descent into fragility and forgetfulness. They've been handed a relentless narrative, a cultural dogma that pronounces your body is in an irreversible decline, that the sands of time are relentlessly working against you, eroding your strength and dulling your brilliance. This story whispers, then shouts, that youth is a fleeting possession, a golden age you lost and can never hope to recover, like a ship sailed irrevocably beyond the horizon. But let me be unequivocally clear. That story was never authored in the chambers of the Most High. That story, that insidious, pervasive narrative of decay and diminishment, was written in the shadows of fear. And fear, my friends, is not merely an emotion. It is a profound spiritual architect, shaping not only our inner landscapes, but manifesting in our very physical form. When you believe fear's pronouncements long enough, when you internalize its dire predictions, it possesses a chilling power to become your biology, inscribing its lies onto your cells, your tissues, and the very rhythm of your existence. It carves lines not just on your face, but into the operating system of your physical self, convincing your body to comply with its negative decrees. Here is the revolutionary revelation, the truth that has the power to dismantle every limiting belief and recalibrate your entire being. Your body is not a detached, utilitarian vessel separate from your spirit. It is an intricately woven tapestry, an inseparable continuum of your divine essence. It was never meant to be fragmented. The ancient texts, those sacred scrolls illuminated by divine inspiration, were never just speaking in grand metaphors when they recounted tales of men and women whose vitality was miraculously restored, whose strength surged in what the world deemed impossible seasons. Think of Caleb, standing tall at 85 years old, declaring with unshakable conviction that he was as robust, as vigorous, as powerful as the very day Moses first dispatched him into the formidable wilderness to spy out the promised land. That was not mere poetic embellishment or a nostalgic turn of phrase. That was the living, breathing testimony of a man who had steadfastly refused to allow the pervasive agreement of decline, the gravitational pull of societal expectation, to take root in the fertile soil of his inner world. For 40 arduous years, while an entire generation around him wilted and withered under the crushing weight of what they collectively believed their giants, their limitations, their fears, Caleb carried a profoundly different report within his spirit. He looked at the same formidable obstacles, the towering fortified cities and the imposing Nephilim, and where the majority saw insurmountable giants blocking their path, Caleb, through the lens of faith, saw an inheritance, a divine promise awaiting his grasp. And his physical body, that magnificent temple, bore vivid, irrefutable witness to the unwavering truth his spirit had chosen to believe. His joints did not creak with despair, his eyes did not dim with resignation. Instead, they gleamed with the unyielding fire of faith made flesh, a testament to the sovereign power of a spirit aligned with the Most High. This is where the truth delves deeper, resonating beyond the surface, because what you harbor in your belief system about your body doesn't just remain a thought. It transforms into a potent frequency, an energetic signature that emanates from your very core. And this frequency, vibrating with either faith or fear, hope or despair, acts as a divine switch. It either swings wide open, the channels through which the miraculous, life-giving flow of divine restoration can cascade into every fiber of your being, or it clamps them shut, sealing off the very source of renewal. Consider this. If you have been consistently speaking words of defeat over your reflection in the mirror, allowing the lines of worry or weariness to dictate your self-perception, if you have been diligently rehearsing every ache, every twinge, every minor discomfort as irrefutable evidence of an impending end, an irreversible journey towards physical diminishment, then you have been unknowingly, perhaps even unintentionally, issuing your own decree. You have been speaking into existence not the vibrant, life-affirming declaration heaven sent specifically for you, but a counter-decree, a discordant echo rooted in agreement with the wrong voice, a voice of limitation, a voice of fear, a voice that seeks to rob you of your God-given vitality. This is a powerful, often overlooked aspect of spiritual warfare over our physical selves. But here is the profound insight, the crucial understanding that most people miss entirely, like a vital clue hidden in plain sight. That insistent, often relentless voice that whispered, then shouted, that you were fading, that your best days were behind you, that your strength was ebbing away. You didn't conjure that insidious narrative out of thin air. It was not an organic conclusion born solely from your own observations. No, that voice was planted, deliberately and strategically. It was seeded in countless moments of corrosive comparison, where you measured your unique, divinely crafted journey against the filtered, often artificial narratives of others. Finding yourself wanting, it was nurtured by cultural narratives, omnipresent and insidious, that shamelessly profit from your insecurity, from the perceived deficiencies of your aging skin, your changing body, your diminishing energy. It was propagated through the quiet, almost imperceptible erosion of self-perception that occurs when you gradually cease to see yourself through the loving, eternal eyes of God, eyes that behold your inherent worth, your unfading beauty, your boundless potential, and instead, begin to calibrate your value and vitality against a world that neither knows your profound spiritual assignment nor comprehends the divine architecture of your being. The adversary, the enemy of your soul, is a master strategist. He doesn't necessarily need to physically destroy your body to bring about disease or decay directly, if he can first, and far more subtly, dismantle and annihilate your unwavering belief in its divine design, its sacred purpose, and its God-given capacity for enduring strength and radiant health. For without that foundational belief, the body, disconnected from its divine source, becomes susceptible to every lie. And this, my dear friend, is the pivotal part, the radiant truth that has the power to fundamentally alter the trajectory of everything you have experienced and everything you will experience moving forward. True, lasting restoration, the kind that breathes new life into weary bones and rekindles dormant energy, does not commence in the physical body alone. It does not begin with a new diet, a new exercise regimen, or even the latest medical breakthrough, though these can certainly be supportive. No, divine restoration begins in the decree, in the sacred, authoritative declaration of your spirit. Before a single worn-out cell can miraculously renew itself, before one stiff or aching joint can rediscover its fluid strength, before one blessed morning can finally arrive where you rise from slumber with the kind of boundless energy, the vibrant vigor, and the clear-minded focus you once thought belonged exclusively to a younger version of yourself, something profound, something fundamental. Absolutely, times shift within the deepest recesses of your spirit. A powerful, unshakable declaration has to be made, not in hesitant whispers but in unwavering conviction. An agreement, forged in moments of fear or cultural conditioning, has to be decisively broken, severed at its very root. And a new, sacred covenant has to be entered into, consciously and intentionally, a covenant where you cease, once and for all, rehearsing the limited, fear-based narratives the world has spoken over your age, your capabilities, and your supposed decline, and instead begin to actively, eagerly receive and embody what heaven has already eternally spoken over your years, over your potential, and over the boundless vitality inherent in your divine blueprint. It is in this spiritual shift, this alignment of will and word, that the true miracle of restoration finds its ignition point. Stay with me, because what's coming next is the profound, often overlooked insight, the missing piece of the puzzle that most people never quite reach, despite their earnest prayers and heartfelt desires for renewal. And it is precisely this missing understanding that accounts for why so many earnestly pray for restoration, for healing, for renewed strength, but tragically never fully experience its manifest reality in their lives. The ancient priests, those keepers of profound spiritual wisdom, understood something elemental and life-sustaining that our fast-paced, technologically driven modern culture has, in its relentless pursuit of progress and efficiency, nearly erased from collective consciousness. They understood that the body, far from being a mere machine, responds with astonishing precision and profound efficacy to sacred rhythm. This isn't just about the benefits of adequate rest or balanced nutrition, though these are undeniably crucial. It's about a deeper, more encompassing rhythm of spiritual alignment, a harmonious resonance that permeates and profoundly influences every single system, every organ, every cell within you, communicating a powerful, undeniable truth that your entire being is operating not under the chaotic dictates of a fallen world, but under the meticulous, loving, and sovereign governance of the divine. Think of the Israelites journeying through the desert, perpetually sustained by manna and divine protection, when they were painstakingly instructed about the Sabbath. This wasn't merely a day off. It was a cosmic rhythm, a spiritual reset, a weekly declaration to every fiber of their being that their sustenance and strength came from God, not from ceaseless toil. Observe Daniel, maintaining his strict discipline and pure lifestyle amidst the spiritual cesspool of Babylon, a kingdom steeped in idolatry and excess. His body, his mind, his very spirit thrived with supernatural insight and vitality, outshining those who indulged in the king's rich, defiling foods. His steadfast alignment to God's rhythm transcended environmental challenges. Recall Elijah, broken and despairing in the wilderness, being fed by an angel not once, but twice, with miraculously prepared bread and water. Because, as the scripture beautifully states, the journey was too great for him. These were not simply isolated instances of spiritual discipline or divine intervention. These were profound, living blueprints for physical sustainability, divine strategies for enduring strength that transcend human limitation. Heaven has always known, with infinite wisdom, that the body, in its deepest essence, follows the spirit's lead, not the other way around. When the spirit is aligned, nourished, and consecrated, the body receives its divine marching orders for health and renewal. And once that profound, liberating truth truly settles into the marrow of your bones, once it reverberates through the very core of your being, something else equally powerful begins to rise within you. You begin to understand with startling clarity that every single habit of self-neglect you've ever engaged in, every instance where you've dismissed your body's cries, was not merely a physical oversight, but was, at its heart, also a profound spiritual statement. Every single time you chose to skip that much-needed rest, pushing yourself to the brink of exhaustion, often because you carried a subconscious, deeply rooted belief that you didn't truly deserve to stop, that your worth was tied to endless production, you were making a spiritual declaration. Every instance where you deliberately silenced your body's undeniable signals, the whispers of fatigue, the pangs of hunger, the ache of strain because you felt too burdened, too busy, too indispensable, carrying the immense weight of everyone else's needs and responsibilities, you were affirming a deeper spiritual untruth. And every single time you treated your precious physical self as fundamentally secondary, an afterthought, or a mere instrument to your myriad responsibilities, your demanding work, or your selfless service to others, you were, perhaps unknowingly, operating in agreement with a deeply ingrained lie. That lie, insidious and pervasive, whispered that you didn't matter enough, that your own well-being was not sufficiently important to be maintained, nurtured, or prioritized. That destructive lie, woven into the fabric of our culture and often our personal histories, runs infinitely deeper than most people are ever willing to honestly look or confront. But the very fact that you are still here, reading these words, listening to this truth, indicates that there is a profound stirring within you, a divine readiness. It means you are poised, you are ready, and you are called to look unflinchingly into the depths of these truths, to expose the lies, and to reclaim your sacred right to wholeness. This brings us, unequivocally, to the real turning point, the decisive moment of choice, and it is precisely this junction that most people instinctively avoid because it demands a certain, often uncomfortable, kind of raw, unflinching honesty with oneself and with God. The very restoration, the profound renewal, the vibrant vitality that you have been so earnestly asking for, praying for, and yearning for, does indeed come with conditions. But understand this deeply. These conditions are not imposed because God is withholding, or because he is some cosmic taskmaster. They exist because you, in your human experience, must become a willing, open, and receptive vessel, capable of containing and carrying the miraculous outpouring that he so desperately desires to pour into you. You simply cannot receive new, effervescent, life-altering wine of divine renewal into the old, rigid, and cracked wineskins of an old, fear-based agreement. You cannot possibly carry the magnificent light of divine renewal, the blueprint for a miraculously restored body, while simultaneously, in your thoughts, your words, and your subconscious beliefs, rehearsing your own deterioration, clinging to the narrative of decline, or affirming your perceived limitations. Something fundamental within you has to make a definitive, unwavering choice. And that transformative choice isn't a singular, once-and-done event, a switch flipped and forgotten. Rather, it is a continuous, conscious, and courageous decision, woven into the quiet, often unseen, decisions of every single day. The choice to believe, to align, to declare, and to receive. But here is the profoundly unexpected truth, the counterintuitive insight that will shatter your preconceived notions and liberate your spirit. The greatest, most formidable block to your physical restoration, to the vibrant, enduring health that is your divine inheritance, is not, as you might assume, your chronological age, the numbers etched onto your birth certificate. It is not some immutable genetic predisposition, an inescapable fate encoded in your DNA. It is not even the cumulative years of unintentional neglect, the deferred self-care, or the relentless, corrosive stress that has undeniably carved its painful marks and deep furrows into the very fabric of your body, leaving behind a legacy of tension and fatigue. No, the single greatest, most potent block is the limiting, often heartbreaking, story you have accepted about who you are times now, times compared to the vibrant, energetic person you times were. You have painstakingly, and often unconsciously, constructed a rigid timeline in your mind, a definitive before and a seemingly irreversible after, and somewhere within the confines of that self-imposed narrative, the very best, the most vital, the most energetic version of you was tragically relegated to the past tense, a cherished memory forever out of reach. But hear this liberating truth. God, the eternal and ever-present Creator, does not speak in past tense about His beloved children. He does not confine your potential or your vitality to a bygone era. He speaks, always, in the eternal present, calling forth what is not yet manifest as though it already exists. He is the God who calls things that are not as though they were. Romans 4:17, seeing your highest potential as your current reality, which means the boundless vitality, the unwavering strength, the radiant health He decreed over you from the very beginning of time was not, could never be, revoked or diminished by the arbitrary passage of human time. It was not lost. It was reserved, held in sacred trust, awaiting the precise, divinely orchestrated moment when you, in your deepest spirit, were finally willing to receive it without the corrosive chains of disbelief, without the lingering shadows of doubt. And here is the utterly unexpected truth, the breathtaking revelation that not only reframes everything you've just heard, but irrevocably alters your perception of aging, health, and your own divine potential. You, as a child of the Most High, were not created, in your original, perfect design, to age the way the world understands and experiences aging, a predictable, inevitable downward spiral into decline, infirmity, and weakness. The steady, relentless decline that has become so tragically normalized, so universally accepted as an unavoidable part of the human condition, was never, I repeat, never the original, pristine design for humanity. It is true, undeniably, that death, with its pervasive shadow, entered the world through sin. Decay, with its relentless, erosive touch, entered the world, corrupting and diminishing what was once perfect. But here is the glorious counter-truth, the profound spiritual intervention. So did redemption. And redemption, beloved, is not merely a lofty theological concept, a spiritual category confined to the afterlife or the forgiveness of sins. Redemption is a living, breathing, profoundly physical promise, a tangible reality that extends its miraculous power to every aspect of your being, including your physical vessel. The very same omnipotent power that, with a single earth-shattering decree, raised Jesus Christ from the cold grip of death, shattering the chains of the grave and ushering in new life, does not suddenly become dormant or inactive at the cellular level of your body. It is not a power that simply works on grand miracles, then retreats from the intricate biology of your being. Rather, that resurrection power is perpetually alive, perpetually active, perpetually eager to move and manifest times in response times to alignment, to unwavering declaration, to the kind of audacious, mountain-moving faith that doesn't merely believe in healing as an abstract concept, but actively, authoritatively speaks times to the body. It speaks to the body not as a collection of failing parts, but as a sacred vessel, a holy habitation that God Himself has chosen to take residence in. Your body, with its miraculous design, its intricate systems, its capacity for regeneration, is not just flesh and bone. It is a temple of the Holy Spirit. And temples, divine and consecrated, are not meant to be abandoned, neglected, or allowed to crumble into ruin. They are meticulously restored, lovingly maintained, continually purified, and perpetually filled with the radiant glory of the divine presence. Tonight, as the day draws to a close and you prepare to rest, I invite you to participate in a powerful act of spiritual recalibration. Place your hand gently but firmly over your heart. Feel the steady rhythm of your life force, and speak these words, not as a mere recitation, but with every fiber of your being, with full and unshakable conviction, allowing them to penetrate deep into your spirit and resonate through every cell of your physical body. I release every agreement I made with decline. I release every word spoken over me by myself or others that said I was fading, weakening, or running out of time. I break the cycle of self-neglect, and I step into the rhythm of divine restoration. My body is a vessel consecrated by God. My vitality is not subject to the world's timeline, it is subject to heaven's decree. I declare that restoration is flowing through every cell, every joint, every system within me right now. Youth is not behind me, it is being renewed within me, day by day, from the inside out. I am strong, I am sustained, I am maintained by the hand of the Most High, and I receive every blessing, every renewal, and every divine signal that was sent specifically for me. This is my season of restoration, and I walk into it fully, boldly, and without apology. If this message resonated deeply within you, confirming what your spirit already knew in its innermost chambers, I urge you to share it without hesitation with someone in your life who desperately needs to receive this potent signal today. Let your testimony be a beacon of hope and a catalyst for change. Leave a word in the comments below, allowing your experience to become a powerful decree, affirming the truth and inspiring others. And please, return here to this sacred space, because this is where heaven consistently speaks, where profound spiritual truths are unveiled, and where bodies are not merely observed, but truly transformed by divine power. The next message, a tailor-made word just for you, is already being meticulously prepared in the heavenly realms, and it was made specifically for you, designed to meet you exactly where you are and propel you into your next season of divine destiny.